Oh, man.
All right. Oh, God. Okay, and we're back.
Yeah.
Premier League week 23,
We think.
even though half the teams played their 22nd, 21st, 20th, 19th, whatever game at this point.
Yep.
That was a good pour.
Regardless, game week 23. Got a couple games to cover, so you want to jump right in?
Nope.
Me either.
Nice.
How's your day, guys?
Hey, it's good.
How's
Okay.
work?
Okay, now we'll jump in. Brian's talking.
You guys see the shit I deal with on this show? This is what I have to deal with every time.
Yeah, well,
Everything.
you deserve it most of the time.
Not all the time.
All the time.
So Dan, Arsenal opens up the
Yeah,
weekend.
that's why he doesn't want to jump into Arsenal.
Yeah, that's exactly why I didn't want to jump into it.
Yeah.
So Villa 1, Arsenal 0. This team makes me rip my fucking hair out. They really do. Like, it's like right when I think they're playing good, they go and get 2 red cards, and then they lose to Villa and let up a goal in the second minute, and then
Ollie Watkins.
Well, first of all, it was like enormous mistake from I think it was Cedric who tried to pass the ball back to Gabriel, and there was like no communication. So he either passed it too soft and Gabriel didn't check, or it was just
He
got
like
to
lead
put
it
more
off
on
into
it.
like no man's land.
Yeah, and then
crazy.
and then Traore just runs onto it and then passes it across to Ollie Watkins, and
Ollie Watkins.
Leno almost did good, almost bailed out the defense, but he
Did
not
he-
much you could do from that
Did
distance.
he shank that? It shanked
shot?
it a little bit, yeah.
I think it might have been like off one foot, the other foot, and
Yeah,
kind of went in.
it was
But
a little bit weird.
yeah, but there's a
finish.
deflection, and then Leno almost got to it. But either way, you go down in the second minute, and and like again,
never
like,
good.
I'm so excited. We're on the East Coast, so like 7:30 wake up, first game. Like I'm ready to go, super excited.
Oh, I forgot you had the 7:30.
Yep, they score in the second minute, and nothing happens the rest of the game. So yep, that was the start to my weekend.
So it was a great start, is what you're saying, Dan. It was a great start.
But they played good.
It was
They,
a good
they had
game.
their chances, and it's
Yeah.
just like Villa did good to, oh my God, Callum Chambers. Oh, okay, never mind. I thought I was looking at Aston Villa's. bench, and I thought Callum Chambers was there. I was like, what? When did he leave Arsenal? And then I realized I was looking at Arsenal's bench.
Are you okay, Dan?
No.
That's the kind of game week Dan's had.
No.
All right,
Oh,
he's
boy.
in shambles right now. He talks about this. team.
But yeah, but either way, like they had their chances. They probably could have gotten more out of this game. But when you let up a goal that early on, it just changes the whole,
Yeah.
dynamic and the whole game plan. I mean, Martinez had a couple big saves. He had one against Xhaka Xhaka was putting one like upper left corner on a free kick, I think.
Martinez was not letting anyone score that day.
No.
He just wasn't having it.
Yeah.
He had to make sure that he knew that they let him go
Yep.
and that they made the wrong decision.
Yep.
that was pretty much that was the Martinez.
God.
That
But
was
it's like-
Martinez's game
Yeah.
plan for that game.
Yeah. But like even Odegaard, like he got subbed in at the end of the game and he missed a goal, like a shot he should have scored. Just blaze it over the crossbar. But, it is what it is. I don't expect much more out of it this season. So,
Expectations were low going into each week.
yeah.
I mean, you look at though, they're only 9 points out of top 4. So they're still
Yeah,
there,
but-
Dan. They're still
I
there.
think Villa's still 2 games in hand or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's the season. Chalk up the season. It's over.
Chalk, it's over.
Do you
Chalk it.
have, all right, honestly, do you have any faith in them getting any,
Top 4?
or just 5, any European play next year?
The only way they can get it is to the FA Cup or the Europa Cup,
Europa League.
Europa League Cup.
Yeah. Europa League Cup.
I'm
saying
working cup into there somehow.
The FA English Europa League Cup.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
it's not
Of
English.
champions.
Nope. Nope.
Okay.
But yeah, that's all I need to say about that.
Want to talk about this exciting Burnley-Brighton matchup that we witnessed this weekend. Glad we could talk about it.
I've been looking forward to this game. It's been circled on my calendar for 3 months now.
Yeah, I mean it's a pretty important game towards the bottom though, if you think about it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean,
Brighton's
yeah.
been playing better. Burnley's been playing better. I think Brighton just beat like Spurs and someone else who are up there. And then it was cool to see Dunk score.
No, sorry. Technical stuff.
It's cool to see Dunk score. He's like old reliable for that team.
What?
Do you hear like
Yeah.
something?
Yeah.
Right? Am I crazy?
Yeah.
All right, guys. Technical difficulties.
It's his
Hold
fucking
on.
refrigerator. It's his fucking refrigerator. You can't turn off the fucking refrigerator.
All right. Don't mind that.
Okay, can we keep going or?
And off the sidetrack. Now Dan continue to talk.
Sorry, that was funny.
Yeah, so Dunk. I mean, he's like Brighton's kind of go-to player. Like
Yo,
he's always
he fucks.
okay. Yeah, he fucks. I guess.
I mean, that's one way to
But
put
he's-
it. I mean, that's
Yeah,
I feel like every time like there's any type of set piece in their opponent's half for Brighton, he's always forward and he's just always a threat.
You know what I always like?
You could take your biggest center back and put your biggest center back on Dunk to cover him, and he still finds space to get open. Or even if he doesn't have like the space, he will still beat whoever you have defending him in the air, and he just wants the ball more half the time, and that's how he scores.
I'm always a big Gross fan. I think he was good for a while, and then they kind of like benched him. He wasn't really getting time, but I think he's a solid midfielder. You know, I don't think he's a magic or anything, but he's a good player. Surprised he doesn't start for them more often. He has been the last couple of weeks though, but I think he's a good player. He's just kind of like overlooked. I feel like,
I mean, like I said, this game at the bottom of the table, it's important, but I mean,
but not important enough to keep talking about. Here we go. All right,
Brighton's pretty much safe, so
so move on. Here we go.
So other than that, I mean, no one really cares about that game.
Right, let's move on. Newcastle, Southampton.
This is a good game.
A pretty exciting game. You know, not one I had pegged for a real gritty matchup, but it turned into one.
5-goal thriller.
Yeah. We can talk about it now, guys. Here we go.
So I guess I'll start it off.
Timing.
It's cool to see Joe Willock. You know, he's on loan from Arsenal. He gets on the board in the first 16 minutes in his debut. It was a good assist from what's his name, St. Maximin, who's back now. He started the game. I think he got 2 assists or was influential in the second goal. But yeah, he basically teed up Joe Willock on the first one. Good movement, good play. Goalie couldn't really do too much about it. Yeah, and then Almiron scores in the 26th minute to give him a 2-0 lead.
When he came over from the MLS, I thought he would have. Was that last season? 2 seasons ago?
I think he came over in like the middle.
Yeah.
Of one of the seasons, so maybe like a year and a half.
Newcastle was very, very high on him. I thought he was going to come in and make more of an instant impact, which he didn't. But this season, I feel like he's been one of their best players, if not the best player on that team.
Yeah.
So it's nice to see him come over from the MLS, play well. He gets 2 goals in this one.
He's so fast.
He's fast.
He is stupid fast, man.
And he just runs for hours.
He's like a gnat. Like he's always on top of you all the time. If you're in possession, he will be up your you-know-what within minutes.
Yeah. But, I mean, you look at this. I mean, Southampton, so they go down 2, and then Minamino gets 1 the 30th.
Pretty good finish, too.
Yeah, I think he's on the left side, and when the ball's played through, he's like kind of tripping over his own feet, trying to sweat the ball out. And as he's almost falling back, he just rips one.
Yeah.
And it's just roof of the net, kind of short side, nothing the goalie can do. If you're going to score near post, you have to just hit it hard and high, which he does.
Another player who's on loan from Liverpool, scoring on his debut. So it's a big game for that, apparently.
Hopefully he gets more time. You know, I feel like he didn't really get a lot of chances at Liverpool while he was there.
He's a good player. He really is. I'd like to see him like. Oh,
what in the hell?
I would like to see him, get a chance here and then go back to Liverpool because who knows what. Yeah. If Mane or Salah are going to be there long term, maybe he's a player that can step in once one of them leave.
What's up with Liverpool and sending players to Southampton? You know, Ings left Liverpool, went to Southampton. You got Minamino now, loan to Southampton.
Yeah.
Just saying.
But Southampton equalizing this in the 48th minute.
Oh, my God.
With the free kick specialist, Ward-Prowse. And oh, my God, was this a goddamn banger.
I'm going to be dead honest. Like, is there anyone in the world right now that you'd have over him on free kicks?
Probably not.
I don't think there is.
No, I can't think of anybody.
Like
his accuracy is just insane.
Yeah. Like he might be the best free kick taker in the world.
And this was one of those free kicks too, where it wasn't that he was, I don't know, like 2 yards outside the box, where all it really needed to be was like just a perfect finesse shot. He was a little bit more backed up than usual, and he hit this thing, perfect placement, perfect spin with a good amament of power.
Yeah.
Like just to the top left corner.
Like, what does he have? Like 4 goals off free kicks, 4 or 5 goals off free kicks this year?
He scored, one that pops in my head was the one against Man U a few weeks ago. Just a fucking banger to the top corner again. Like, as a goalie, when you see him step up to a free kick, you got to be like, oh, fuck, well, I'm diving a full extension for this one. Like, this is, I have to be ready for this. It's going on net. He's nuts. But then...
And it's crazy. All the goals happen before the red card too. You'd think like the game would open up a little bit, and like the goals that happen after 5 goals before and they had the whole second half to play.
Yeah, I mean Southampton's got to be disappointed to not come away with at least a point, playing pretty much up a man for most of the second half.
Yeah, but I mean, what the worst part is for Southampton too, besides the red card, is they score in the 48th, they tie the game, and then Almiron again the 49th, and that is just a kick in the balls.
It was, because like you watching this game, like you kind of felt the momentum swinging.
Almiron was first half though, stoppage time.
Yeah.
What?
It's 45th plus 4.
Oh,
yeah, no,
fucked that up.
Like
I think. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say you kind of felt like towards the end of the first half, like after Southampton got one, like they had that momentum, You know, they were pushing to get the second one, and then got countered.
Yeah.
Which led to the third right before half, and it was just like you said, a gut punch of shit. Like now, it's just you're chasing 2 goals. It's just you're demoralized at that point. Right before halftime, it's like the worst time to give up a goal.
Especially because I think the week before was 9-0, right? Mm-hmm. So like you start this game.
You want to talk about that one again?
No, you start this game down 2-0, like in the first 25 minutes, and you're like, oh god, is it gonna happen again? To Newcastle this time? Yeah. But they managed to pull one back, and like it's just like a roller coaster for them. I feel like the last couple of days. So hopefully because they started the season off really strong, and they are still having a pretty good season for their standards. But
yeah,
good result for Newcastle, I'd say.
Oh, for sure.
Especially playing, like I said, most of that second half.
Yeah,
down a player. So what do you got next?
We have the Fulham West Ham game. That's what I have next, at least. Not a lot to talk about until the literal very last minute.
I will say that just before we get to like that last minute, Fulham dominates possession in this game, which kind of threw me off.
Dominated shots too.
A little bit, yeah. They look like the better team, which West Ham, a team who's in 5th, is kind of battling just maybe a Champions League spot, comes out against Fulham and just kind of looked flat. Again, Fulham hasn't been playing terrible.
But like how many times this year have we gone, Fulham looked really good in their game and tied or lost?
Yeah.
Like a million.
Yeah.
It's almost like their thing.
Right
they
now.
just can't, even when they play like the better team, they can't seem to get over that hump.
And an interesting thing.
That was a weird way. I was like, hump.
Yeah. An interesting thing, too, is you look at the West Ham lineup. Lingard's sitting behind the striker. Which is really, or in front of the striker, I say, which is really weird.
Yeah.
He's sitting with Antonio up top, which is really weird because normally you see Antonio in the middle. I feel like that'd be switched a little bit because you don't really see Lingard play down the middle. But
yeah, I mean, at this point, he's playing. He's probably just happy to start.
no, he just wants to be on the field, yeah.
I mean, he earned the start. I mean, it's not like you can't say he didn't. He definitely made a difference when he came in last week.
Yeah, but like we were saying, nothing really happens until the very, very last minute. And Souček gets a red.
Souček does get a red card.
Got overturned.
Afterwards.
Yeah.
But like VAR looked at this for a good amount of time before making the decision.
I don't know how I feel about it. It's like weird.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like his elbow does go up and makes contact, but it doesn't look like there's
no intentional. He's just 6'4", and he's gigantic.
Yeah.
And it happened to be that his elbow was at the same level.
Mm-hmm. Isn't that what they look at, like when they're gonna go to VAR or something like this with either it's too malicious or intent to injure? Like clearly he was playing the ball. He's not just throwing his arm around saying, "I hope someone runs into this and knock him the fuck out."
Right, like at this point, you're like
not trying to hurt anybody.
Like it says, like in the like you're ruling that this is like violent conduct. Like that's what you're looking at here, and I don't know how you could see that and think that that's violent conduct. I mean,
it's Mike Dean, so.
Right? Which is.
Did you hear what he's doing for next weekend?
He's
not
taking off. Yeah.
He requested to step down. I think he said he might ref, but he requested to not do a Premier League game. He's doing an FA Cup game. I think today he did one.
Dude, he's getting death threats.
Yeah.
It's.
Fuck you guys who were doing that.
Yeah, like that's
soccer fans are just ridiculous.
Even I was watching the Man U game yesterday when they played the FA Cup. Like the announcers on there were still talking about it. Like, yeah, all right. So he's been known to give out cards and do this and that, but like, you don't give the guy death threat. It's like he's been in the league for as long as he has. He's been doing this job as long as he has, and he's done it well. Yeah. He's not a terrible ref. Like, it's just kind of pathetic at this point that people have turned to that.
Yeah, he's not a bad ref, but this just like points out like once again how stupid VAR is because you have something on the field that happens. You have someone go over and look at it. You have people in the booth that say you should come look at this. They look at it for 20 minutes, look at it, and go, it's a red card. Then after the game, another group of people goes, nah.
So there's no consistency.
Why don't you
and then overturns it? Like
that group of people that looks at it, why don't they just look at it to begin with, like during the game?
Like, I know like they're like an independent body. I
get that, but like if you look at other sports, I know let's just take like hockey from the NHL for example. Every time they review anything, they're on the phone with the NHL headquarters in Toronto. And it's not just one guy that looks at like a review. It's a group of people. It's the refs and then these group of people in Toronto. Like, they can't figure something out like that out. Again, if there's a second group
like
that's looking at this,
you're saying?
If there's a second group that's looking at this and they're going to overturn this red card and anyway, get it right the first fucking time.
There's bigger implications to that too, because like in this case, luckily it was the 97th minute or something.
Yeah,
but
right.
If this happens in the first half of a game and they overturn it later, they basically played down a whole half and
for no
could
fucking
probably
reason.
For no reason, just to get it overturned.
Right. Luckily for them, it was like they said, it's not going to hurt them in this game because it was almost at the end of the last kick here. But
and like I was going to use the other example of Bednarek from Southampton. He got the red and got it overturned, but they were already down 7-0 at that point. So I don't think it made too big of a difference there.
But eventually it might happen where it does matter. That's the point we're trying to
even the David Luiz one, that actually helps you guys because now you don't have to deal with him. So,
all right, let's piss off Brian.
No, guys.
Let's piss off Brian. Yay.
This is an entertaining game, though.
Oh, it was incredible.
Fun to watch.
I enjoyed it.
Me too.
Yeah. So 3-3 between United and Everton. First half, we finished this half up 2. Ball gets played in. I fucking played the ball into Cavani. Okay.
What?
Was it not? Who played the ball into Cavani? Was it Rashford?
I think it was Rashford.
Great ball in. Cavani, another header for him. I mean, he's, that's what he's on the team to do, is pretty much just sit in the middle and just swing the ball into him. And he's been doing a really good job at that recently.
He was a really good signing for United.
Yeah, they're talking about, which thank God, re-upping him for next year.
Yeah. I mean, he's no scrub, and would you get him for free? Like, he was a free transfer?
Free transfer, I think.
All we do is
he's a striker. I mean,
and
that's a striker, but he's been a proven striker for years and years and years.
He's that guy that can sit on the last defender and just be a big body and cause havoc, swing the ball. Like, United don't have that.
He's very smart. He knows where to be. Like when balls are getting played in, like he knows where to be.
There was really good, and I'll even go back to it. Game last week when they beat Southampton, like he showed. There's a video of him like kind of pointing out where he wanted Rashford to go and what to do. Rashford did it. I think the next attack down the field, and they score. So you're right. He knows the game. He's smart. He's proven.
His IQ is there for the game.
And then once this second goal went in before halftime,
weirdest goal of all time.
I thought, oh my fucking God, let's go, Bruno Fernandes.
So we're watching the game, right? And we're watching the TV. And I don't know if we had the sound on at this point because we had something going on in the background. So we see the shot. Shot goes in, floats over. I mean, it's a great goal over Olsen. And it almost just looks like every other player on the field, I think, except maybe Cavani. It just kind of stands there. Like, no one really reacts. No one really, like, runs around.
I had the volume on, too. Like, I know you didn't. I had it on, and I'm watching this, and the announcer's like, oh, what a shot. And then even Bruno is just, like, standing there, and he's really a little fist pump. The only one freaking out is Cavani. I'm like, all right, like, something's a foul in there.
Right,
they're checking it, and then, like, they just keep showing it, like, oh, what a great goal. I'm like, why is nobody celebrating this?
It was just so weird. Like the defenders, even the Man U players, just like everyone was like, was there a foul? Was there an offsides?
I think they like almost weren't even ready for it. Like it almost seemed like it kind of came out of nowhere.
Yeah, I think
the goalie seemed like off, like not ready for it either.
I don't even think Bruno was shocked that it went in. He was like, oh shit, yeah, okay.
It did a little bit. It's a great shot.
Yeah. But then right out of halftime, once this first goal for Everton went in, I was like, oh well.
And you feel the. Mr. Momentum was changing his address, baby.
Yeah. They go down the left side.
It.
De Gea. Fucking idiot. Cross comes in from the right side, and it doesn't look like he really he dives, but he kind of dives backwards. He's not fully extended, and he could have caught it, I feel like, or he could have punched it and got something on it. Instead, he just kind of smacks it
right to the core.
Sorry, do that sound again, please, one more time. Thank you.
And it's right at the core, and all he has to do is just tap it in. So I'm like, at that point, I'm like, fucking great. we're not winning this game. And lo and behold, 3 minutes later, on the train again here, I guess. James comes down. Well, ball's played around. I think it's out to the right side. And who's not fucking marking this man? Fucking Fred. So then both center backs start rushing to James. Like,
Fred, who got subbed in, right? Because Pogba got hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which they said it was a What's this one?
Quad.
Thank you.
There you go. Just keep tapping your leg. People listening will really know what the hell you're talking about.
He just loses his mark, and at this point, 2-2. I'm like, well, fuck. There's no way we win this game.
And then, as you would expect, the person to score clearly Scott McTominay.
Yeah.
He's the goalie crushing it. He scored in the Southampton game. He scored in this game, and then he actually scored yesterday in the FA Cup game too, the winner. But this was a weird goal.
Is this the goal where Olsen flops on the ground?
Yes,
the ball leg just gave out. But
it's a weird
it just rolled right by him.
Header, off his shoulder kind of header.
It was very slow.
I watched it back again when they slow it down. He has his feet set and he goes to dive to his left, and his left foot gives out. Yeah. And at that point, you're thinking, he could push off from his right, but his left foot takes out his right foot. So at this point, he's stumbling around, and then he just can't reach it. It was a slow motion goal.
It's unfortunate, but you can't let that in because it was.
It looked optically, it just did not look good.
No, I mean when it happened, I was like, oh, what the fuck? But then when they slow it down, you look at it, you're like, okay, he kind of got unlucky there. Yeah. And then of course, right in the 95th minute,
without fail, baby.
Yeah, that's just what we do. One of the biggest thing that's I've hated all year is how United have defended set pieces because we fucking can't. Ball comes in. I forget who wins the initial ball.
It flicks off Keane.
Yeah, well, I know Wan-Bissaka doesn't win it. It hits Keane, and then I think
Calvert-Lewin chests it down.
Yeah, it's Cavani, Maguire, and I want to say Lindelof are just staring at him, chest it down, and then oh shit, we gotta go. De Gea comes out, doesn't make himself big at all. Old De Gea used to come out and just spread his legs, and just dive at him. He just doesn't do that, and it kind of turns. I mean, great finish from Calvert-Lewin. When he brings it down, you're under pressure in the 90th minute. He pokes it past him. It's a good finish.
Yeah.
And I think then United kicked off, and about 2 seconds later, the whistle went, and I wanted to kill somebody.
Sounds about right.
Because you know what, I think City have now a game in hand.
Yeah, I mean, this was
game in hand.
If there was a team that came out of the result here, it was City. That was the team that came out with the best result.
I mean, you're fighting so hard to at least challenge City at this point. I mean, you lose to Sheffield. There's another 1 point in the Arsenal game. Yes, you get 3 last week, but then you're back to 1 again this week. After the Sheffield one, you had to take these next 3 games, and they just didn't.
I mean, big result for Leicester. I mean, that they have a chance. They're back only 2 points behind Man United with the same amount of games played.
Yeah, it's really City's league to lose now.
Yeah, right now, I think they have to be the favorite by a pretty decent margin.
I will say my favorite thing out of this game is how they started. This is my favorite United starting lineup I've seen this year, with Bruno, Pogba, and McTominay in the middle, and then Rashford, Greenwood, and Cavani top. That's my favorite. I mean, the back line's consistent. I think Shaw had a pretty good game. I mean, let alone 3 goals. He had a pretty okay game, but it sucks because it's the last kick of the game. But I mean, you know what? Disappointed, but not surprised at this point.
Yeah, it's a good way to put it.
Let's move on.
I have Sunday's game.
Yeah, Tottenham 2, West Brom, a big fat goose egg.
The man makes such a difference.
I mean, first of all, can we just talk about how I thought he was out for 2 to 3 weeks, and then he just was in the starting lineup this 7:30 in the morning. I was like, what? Did I miss something? I thought he was out for another week or 2.
Harry Kane, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, they are a different team. They are just a completely different team.
And Son's a different person,
right?
when he's there. Even because Son gets Kane gets his goal, Son gets his. Even though Kane doesn't assist Son or vice versa, because they're on the field together and they just make different runs. They play so well together. They know where each other's going to be off the ball. They know they're bringing the defender in a certain spot. It just, I don't know. This is a player that if he's not on the hoop for Tottenham, I don't think they have any threat going forward.
I don't think if Kane is out for a season,
they're fucked.
They're borderline Europa.
Or if he leaves.
Or if he ever left. They are a borderline Europa League team without Kane, which is insane to say. But, I mean, again, assuming that they don't have any other striker. Assuming they're playing with whatever they have on their squad right now, which, proven attacking-wise, isn't much. Because they played the game without Kane and looked horrendous.
Yeah. But the Kane goal in the 54th, I think it was Højbjerg.
Yeah, our man Højbjerg.
He played through. fucking perfect.
Yeah,
it's great run from Kane.
Great,
they timed it perfectly. It splits. I think their right back and their center back. Kane just runs onto it, and at that point, it's one-on-one with the keeper, and Kane's never gonna miss that.
The ball was great, but Kane's run, like I think, was
perfect.
Like he like kind of made it like he was gonna check in, but kind of like cut quickly and like just ran off the shoulders or the defender's back shoulder and had so much time and space to just
and then
play it past the keeper.
He looks up, he's composed, and he just pretty much passes it into the far corner. Keeper got up fucking furious.
I'd be too.
Because I mean, it was pretty much like when that ball got played. It was a perfect run, perfect ball. It was like the defenders were kind of just mesmerized, like, what the fuck it just happened to us?
Yeah.
Like they just couldn't comprehend fast enough. And then I said, you've Kane that much space with even a fraction of a second, he's going to score. So good goal. And then Son.
Second goal, only 4 minutes later. But it's I think it comes off of like a set piece or like a cross or something.
There's a counter, right?
It was. Set piece on, like from West Brom.
Okay, yeah.
And then it bounces out to like Kane. He heads the ball to Mora, and Mora just sprints all the way up the field.
Straight beeline.
Yeah, but I mean, he almost didn't put enough on the pass to get it to Son. Son did pretty good till like the keeper's coming out. He had to get the defender, and he played a pass, and actually a good finish.
I'm convinced, like in the rest of the locker room, Kane and Son just like hang out by themselves, like in the corner of the locker room, just like playing like Go Fish or something.
You think so?
I think so. 100%.
Why is that the game you go for?
Because I don't know. It sounded good. I don't know.
Sure, whatever.
But Yahtzee? What do you want? I mean,
Yahtzee's better.
they're over there playing Guess Who? Like, what?
Ooh,
Guess who used to fuck?
Great game.
Correct, phenomenal game.
Only the best here at Premier League Combines.
Wait, real quick, while on the topic, Battleship, fun game.
Battleship's a great game.
Fun game. Okay, sorry.
So Tottenham win, pick up some decent form after less than stellar performance in the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, they needed this. And again, Harry Kane.
As long as Kane is there, they have a chance.
Yeah. All right, let's go to the Wolves-Leicester game. I thought this game was going to be better.
pretty evenly matched.
Yeah. I mean, I thought Leicester were going to come out and win this game quite easily. Fucking wrong again. I'm just not right ever.
I mean, it's a game again where, Vardy doesn't start, comes on late. Obviously, he wasn't 100% or he would have started the game. There's not a lot. I mean, there was a good fight in the midfield. They created shots, but they didn't really create a lot of decent, great chances in this game.
Yeah. One good news is Vardy gets subbed in.
Right.
Yeah.
So he's healthy now, at least healthy enough to play. He'll probably start, I would imagine. I think they have a big game coming up this week, if I'm not mistaken. It might be Liverpool, maybe.
Is
it Liverpool? Okay.
Definitely.
I thought it was.
Yes.
Okay. But yeah, I think we expect Leicester to win this game, even without Vardy. I think they're all around probably a better team.
Yeah.
Good news for them. Pereira again starts at right back. So looking up. They don't start Albrighton, which kind of weird because I feel like he's been kind of important in how they played this year.
Could have been possibly, and people are saying one of their most important players over Tielemans now.
I don't know about that, but
that's been thrown out there. I'm just, people are saying it, not me. People are saying it.
I mean, good.
No, I was just gonna say this game kind of was just fought in the midfield, and that was really it. It was back and forth
each
that
team
way.
had like a couple shots, most of them not on target. I think there was 4 total shots on goal in this game.
Yeah, the final ball in this game was kind of lacking for both teams.
It was a midfield battle. That's what it was. You're right.
I'm just looking at Leicester's lineup, and if they're full strength, they have a good team.
Great lineup.
Yeah.
Like you got Vardy, Barnes, we'll say Albrighton, Madison, Ndidi, Tielemans, Pereira,
and
Fofana.
With a team like
Soyuncu.
that, I mean, you figured they could make a push in the table, and after seeing a Man U tie, you think, okay, they're going to come out and they're going to take care of business, and they're going to pick up the extra 2 points in this game against Wolves and catch United, but they don't. They just don't. They don't rise to the challenge in this one.
The one thing you have with Leicester is their attacking depth isn't really there. Mm-hmm. I mean, if they lose Vardy, they're a completely different team. Just like how we said Tottenham. If Kane's not there, they're a completely different team.
But that's the thing. I mean, they're still third in the league. Yeah, they've dropped some points when Vardy's been out, but like they're still, I think, exceeding expectations from the beginning of the year, and they've had injuries to main players in their team. Like they didn't start with Madison. They've had a decent stretch without Vardy now.
And what I was going to say too, like you said, they had injuries, but they remain somewhat consistent. They're still getting results.
Right. They're not going to get pushed around by anybody, regardless of.
Yeah. So but you look at them, they lose some key guys, but they get results. Then you look at Liverpool, they lose key guys in the back, and they struggle.
And apparently their whole team falls apart. I don't know what the hell happened there. But
that's. I mean, you look at the difference between there. I mean, maybe it's a mindset between those two teams. Like, okay, we don't need this one player. We don't need and that's how Leicester think. And meanwhile, Liverpool go down a few players, and the Klopp just fucking kicks the wheels up the fucking bus, and they just get out of control.
Yeah. Speaking of Liverpool,
yeah, let's get into that one. Because Garrett's gonna love it, and you know what?
Oh, it was an incredible game to watch.
Oh,
the Phil Foden show.
He
and
looked
show.
incredible.
It was the Allison show.
Well,
shit show. The Allison shit show.
Allison shit show is right.
Awful, man.
God, talk about Foden because he was insane.
But first, I want to talk.
So
let me talk about the first half because this is like fucking deja vu, right? So, City's pressing. We get a penalty kick. I'm like, all right.
I forgot about this.
This is it. I'm like, here we go, baby. Gundy, he's up there. He's been on a run. He's been on a tear lately, and bam. Holy shit, this was a horrible penalty kick.
I don't think that ball's landed yet.
Bombed the shit out of this thing.
This thing's still in orbit, yeah.
He literally just stood at the line or the dot and was just like, put his hands over his face and just stood there.
His tweet, though, was fucking classic.
Yeah.
I meant to say Liverpool was pressing, and then we got the pen. Yeah. Sorry.
For those who didn't see the tweet, he bombs this over, and it's just, we're American over here, so we have Super Bowl Sunday in the NFL.
Yeah.
He bombs this over, and he made a comment about how he thought it was 3 points because it was Super Bowl Sunday or some shit. He tweeted about it.
So funny.
Oh, but I mean, then again, that tweet now doesn't happen, and he's not feeling so lighthearted if this game doesn't end the way it does.
Yeah.
But luckily, he makes up for it.
But so we finally get one right in the beginning of the first half. So like a perfect time to score. You come out of the locker room, both teams are tied still, and you're like, all right, first team. It's one of those games where you kind of felt like the first team to score had the advantage. Luckily, it ended up being City. But this is where like Foden just starts to take over the game. I mean, he played great in the first half, but in the second half, he was just stupid.
He's nuts.
Yeah, like he dribbles up the field. He finds Sterling, who made Alexander-Arnold pretty much look like a statue. Makes one cut, gets around him, wasn't even an issue. Fires one on net, and then Gundogan is just there for a nice little easy tap in, and you're like, knew he was gonna do it.
Just quickly, like Allison makes the save. It's low to his right, I think, and all he could do is push it to the middle of the goal.
Yeah, and
I mean, he does all he could do. That's when you hope your defenders help you. And just unlike the De Gea one, like that, De Gea has to do better. With this, there's nothing. Right. I mean, Allison had a bad game, but this one is nothing he can do about it.
If there's any person that this goal's on, it's Arnold. I mean, he literally got turned around. By Sterling in that.
And then, like I said, Allison, after he makes the save, no one in red is crashing that to help him out, which sucks.
All right.
But however,
I would have been way more heated if this game ends differently than it did with this freaking call. I mean, Salah is dribbling in the 18, and Diaz is right on him. Probably like grabs his wrist for like half a second, and you would have thought he was shot. You would have thought he literally had gotten shot from the stands.
Yeah, he got the call.
And they look at it, and it was literally the softest man I think I've seen, and it was just painful. It was just painful to watch. I'm like, how does that happen?
It's shit like this where a player gets yanked on the elbow or the wrist. Yanked, strong word. Where he gets the slightest of grab and pulls.
And then yeet.
And then he goes down like he was shot. Okay, if a player gets clipped in the leg and this happens, you're used to it.
But well, at least then you can be like, oh, it threw me off balance or something like that.
But you got slightly tugged on, and you're flailing around on the ground almost. Like, this is the issue. This is why people make fun of soccer. And people are like, oh, well, all they do is dive around. This is why. Again, he gets clipped in the leg, you can make the argument. You don't fall that way when you get tugged on the... Again, tugs is strong. When you get like a little... on the wrist. Like, you don't go down like that. But
he did.
Whatever.
And he gets the call. It's painful, but he gets the call.
I mean, help my fantasy team, but I think I still lost. Whatever.
So, all right. So, like, again, I'm heated, but we come back pretty quickly. I mean, within minutes...
You're Golden Boot winner.
Freaking... First of all, Gundogan again, but Allison, who looked shaky... more than one occasion in this game with the ball at his feet.
At least 3.
So, like, he plays a bad pass out. Whatever, the play happens for a couple more seconds. He gets the ball back at his feet again. And instead of just being like, you know what, screw it. Let me play this one safe. Let's settle down a little bit. Tries to play another pass and just literally finds Foden's feet.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think City played a better pass than Allison did in this game. and then dribbles on the line, cuts right past his defender, gets to the end line, and then plays a beautifully little dinked chip, and then goal.
Yeah, you threw Gundogan. He almost skies this one too.
Oh my god!
The crossbar and goes in. He almost skies this one.
He cuts it back, and it hits the underside of the crossbar. The underside of the crossbar.
If that's a
this was actually the low one. The third one, I think, is the dink.
Yeah, this is the low one. If this is an Owen Allison too. This ball can't get across. By the way, he's on like one knee, falling backwards as Foden plays this ball across. I don't know what the fuck he's doing, but yeah, if the goal wasn't like an inch further away. This was hitting the crossbar.
Yeah, it's 100%. Yeah. And I was like, the best is the commentators, like, you know, they're watching the replay. It's like, yes, he so calmly finished this. I go, so calmly finished it.
He's just like he meant to do, put it in the roof of the net.
I go, he hit the underside of the crossbar. That's not calm. In no world is that considered calm.
Yeah, but you guys clearly don't need Aguero or De Bruyne because you have fucking Gundogan.
So Gundogan scores 2, and I think at this point we had one of our videos out on TikTok, and the pen had just happened. And the guy was like, said something about Gundogan, and I was like, yeah, I don't think that ball landed yet. And then he scored this goal, and the guy was like, well, it seems like it worked out okay. And I'm like, you're not wrong.
But again, Allison just
turns it over. Best player for Man City, Allison, goes, you know what? Screw playing it safe again. We're going to try and play this out of the back, and said, hey, look, there's Bernardo Silva. Want the ball? Bam, passes it right to him. And then this is where he goes down the line and plays like a little dink chip pass over like Allison's shoulder, and Sterling is just. Yes.
There was Men in Blazers said that Man City have never seen a better playmaker since David Silva than Allison.
I mean, this was
they
true.
said that, and I watched it today. I watched it. I was almost in tears when they said.
I mean, this
is the best thing I've seen.
This was like a howler of a game from Allison. Like this was almost levels of.
Karius.
Yeah.
Oh, Champions League.
It might be worse. Like this might have been a worse game.
It's just a bad game for him. He's still one of the best goalies in the world, and like obviously the worst part of his game is probably his feet.
Yeah, and it was.
He's still not terrible with his feet, but it was just a bad.
It was just magnified in this game.
There's no reason a keeper should ever try to force a pass out of the back, especially on the ground. Like if you're gonna try and like ping a ball to like the 50. Or you're going to try and just bomb a punt or try and send someone on a run, fine. But you're in your own 6. You
had just screwed up twice before this one.
You don't go for that. I want to thread the knee open. I don't care if you kick it out for a fucking corner. You're bombing this ball anywhere but near your goal.
Yeah,
but
so he just has to know better than that.
The superstar of the day here, even though Gundogan had 2, was Foden. Literally, if there was any thought of them coming back in this game, Foden just said, "Fuck it." Cuts in, hits an absolute fucking strike of a ball. The ball did not move an inch. No rotation, left-footed, fucking just over it. Bam. Top right corner. Top left corner? It says top right corner, but wasn't it top left corner?
Did Allison get a hand?
It like flicks off his.
It was Allison's left, Foden's right. He came down Foden's right side.
Yeah, it was just.
Hit it so hard.
Literally, like the net was shaking. That's how nice that shot was.
You mentioned this. I don't know what game it was before. If you're gonna score, you shoot the ball hard and high if you're going to score near your post. And
it was insane. It was such a cool goal. I mean, he was the best player on the field, I think, by far, other than Allison for City. But
the Liverpool was
it's so cool. If he doesn't start,
other than Allison for City, I missed that. That was good.
If he doesn't start almost every game for the rest of the season, I don't know what the hell we're doing, because he's such a difference maker.
The Gundogan Foden combo seems to be working.
Just as we thought, as we thought would carry the team this year. Gundogan and Foden.
It's crazy.
But this result. I mean, City now 5 points clear United, with a game in hand.
And Liverpool's title chases are
Liverpool drop to, or Liverpool stay in 4th, and Chelsea now 1 point. Chelsea and West Ham now 1 point behind them.
Yeah.
I mean, I think they got asked. I think it was someone interviewing Klopp was like, "Do you guys think you're still in the title race?" And he like laughed, like, "Cause he like." No, it's so hard to find. Like, it's so hard to think that City would fall like bad out of form after this. It's just,
all right, take it easy.
I mean, it's true.
I know.
I mean, the only
unless Diaz gets hurt, then we're kind of fucked.
But it's we're in a weird year when you're saying Man U are the only or one of the best bets to potentially contend. That's how you know, because we're normally sitting around 4th or 5th. So
all right, let's move on.
Could be worse.
I was very happy.
11. Could be worse. All right, let's move on to Chelsea 2, Sheffield 1. Chelsea win again.
Dude just got these boys buzzing.
Got them playing.
At least he got them winning. I mean, that's the most important part.
They Mason Mount gets the first one in the 43rd. I think it was it Werner got the assist, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was down the left side.
Passed it back.
Played it back, top of the box kind of, and Mason Mount just kind of opens up, plays a far post, hits it clean. Nothing all he could do about it.
I think people are so like one side or the other on Mount. Like, I think he's a good player. He's still really young, and I think he's one of their more creative and more reliable players. And maybe he's not consistent in every single game, but he's still a good player, and I think he should be starting pretty much every game for Chelsea.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know who else you would put in that position. I mean, he's definitely like Tuchel's kind of switched him to like a interesting formation. It's like a 3-4-2-1 with James and Chilwell moved up as wing backs pretty much, and then Jorginho and Kovacic sit deep. It's definitely different than Lampard had. Yeah, for sure.
And that's what they need because clearly
the Lampard one was working. Right, correct.
And they again dominated possession, which
I
mean, it's against Sheffield, so you expect it. But like in the beginning of the season, they haven't really been dominating games.
It'll be interesting when they play a team that also likes to keep possession.
Yeah.
And see like what that stat line looks like then.
Yeah. I guess the thing that stuck out to me the most in this game was Sheffield's goal, which ended up being the own goal.
So bad.
Yeah. So Rudiger has the ball like pretty much just outside his own 6. And he looks up to play the pass back, right? Mendy's already sprinting out. Yeah. Because Rudiger has a man on his back. He's like, okay, I can't turn. There's a guy on me. I'm just going to play it back. And Tiny looks up. Mendy's thinking, it's a through ball. I got to come get it. No communication. Rudiger passes it. Mendy's already on the ground. He just looks behind him.
Great finish.
Just trickling into the net.
It's bad, too. Is like you can't even blame like crowd noise on the no communication thing because there's literally no one there.
It's dead silent.
You're playing in an empty stadium. Yeah. Say something to each other, guys. Just say, coming back, or play it, or clear it. Like any.
If anyone's at fault there, it's Mendy.
I mean, he can see what's happening.
Yes, it's his fault.
Rudiger's facing backwards.
All Rudiger knows is a through ball's getting played. I got to get a foot on it, or this guy on my back's going to beat me to it. That's all he knows.
Right, like Mendy has to say he's coming for it.
Yeah, Mendy has to say he's coming, or just play to his feet, whatever. And you know what? When this went in, I was like, oh, Sheffield's, they're going to do it again. We're not the only team they're going to beat. And didn't fucking happen, but.
Jorginho gets a pen.
And then a little hop, skip, and a jump again. Not as bad as you normally did.
It was like a
half skip.
Yeah.
Half top.
Maybe he forgot he wasn't supposed to do it and like kind of like mid did it. Was like, oh shit, I gotta stop. And then going back and was like, all right, we'll finish it normal now.
He's bench next game, you know why?
Yeah, 100%.
But Chelsea get another result.
They need to be on a good string of results here. So
they do.
They're back in fighting for Champions League. We were just talking about them finishing like 10th, a couple weeks ago,
like 9 or 10
before Tuchel.
Yeah, I mean they're back in that 5th spot. Which West Ham step it up because if you come in 5th, someone's going to shave their head.
I will say it's kind of crazy that like West Ham and Everton have a 6-goal differential, and they're in 6th and 7th. Like it's kind of I feel like you should feel like teams at that top of the table should have at least a different goal differential, like 10 or more. You know what I mean?
Holy shit! Besides games played between Everton and West Ham, everything's exactly the same.
Yeah.
For the most part, besides the draws. Goals for, goals
they obviously can't.
Holy shit!
It's close.
Southampton are in some bad form. So I was just looking at that. They have 5 in a row.
I mean, the fight for 4th is going to be pretty crazy, honestly. I mean,
I think the best fight is going to be the Champions League fight. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
I mean, you look at the teams right now from pretty much from 8th till 4th. I mean, you could even throw Leicester in there. It's only 3 extra points. Like. Pretty much anyone besides City now is going to be a fun battle.
I mean, but the thing is, like with Leicester, like we've seen them, we praise them a lot, but we've seen them be at this stage late in the season, and they have a weird tendency
last year
to not keep their form when they need to. So, I mean, last year was crazy because it was the whole COVID thing, but it's happened. It's, at some point they have to perform when they have to. You know what I mean? When it comes down to crunch time and they're 1 or 2 points out of a Champions League spot again, they need to perform.
Yeah, but again, good on Chelsea turning it around. I mean, new manager, what they need, change the system, change of the face, sometimes
change of the face.
Yeah, I don't know why it's like that.
Change of the face.
As a player, I mean, you see your manager get fired.
Episode title.
Yeah, right. You see your manager get fired, and something has to change, and sometimes that just fires you up a little bit. Like, you're like, oh shit, like that's how serious this is. We have to get going. I'm struggling to speak right now. It's bad. Someone else start talking about the Leeds Palace game.
Change it to face.
Change it to face.
All right.
Can that be the title? Change it to face.
Change it to face.
Were you saying change the face? Like there's a new manager? Like
yeah.
I thought you were trying to
change
say,
your face.
Oh, I thought you were trying to say change of pace.
No, change your face in the dressing room
Okay.
like a new manager. Yeah. So I said change it to face.
So, all right, next game.
So Leeds win 2-0 over Palace.
You get an early goal too through Jack Harrison.
A lot of early goals those last couple weeks. I feel like
Yeah.
like between like 2 and 3 minutes, kind of crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I still don't. You know, coming in this game, I don't know what to expect from either of these fucking teams. Just between Palace and Leeds.
Who looks what better? You said?
I don't know what to expect from either of them anymore.
I mean,
like,
I think
Leeds come out sometimes and like, oh shit, like they score like 9 goals, or they come out and do nothing.
I mean, I think
Palace come out and look like they know how to play, or they look like they've never seen a fucking ball before.
They're in a bad spot though because they're without Zaha now. I think for 6 weeks. I think he's out for. So that's gonna suck for them. I mean, if there's one player who can change their team, it's him. And they weren't in great form while he was there, and now they're without him. Gonna be fighting again. Yeah. I mean, if they finish mid-table, that's a successful, I think, campaign for them at this point.
Yeah, and the thing is with this game especially, like Crystal Palace are the team, like they're more the counter-attacking. They'll score on like 1 or 2 chances they get in the game. They're not known to create a ton of chances, and usually Zaha plays some kind of part in that. And
right.
in this game, they go down in the 3rd minute, and they're playing from behind, and you can't really rely on a counter-attacking kind of style there.
Even though you're playing Leeds, who just is insane in their own right. But
yeah,
and a big thing too, like we keep saying, like this team is completely different without Zaha. And yeah, I remember the beginning of the year, he really didn't really kind of want to be there. It seemed like he wanted to move. They made him captain. He's like and then as soon as he kind of yeah, but like as soon as he kind of got the armband, like he's like, all right, like he went from one of the best players in the team, the Cavs team, to like okay, he's probably out the door. He doesn't want to be here. He doesn't really give a shit anymore. To back to oh shit, we need him. And like I just feel like there's been a weird up and down story with him that now they're back to shit. Well, now he's playing well. He kind of wants to be here. We need him again.
It's just like funny. Like how many teams are gonna lose their striker like this year? Like for like stretches. Like Kane's been out, Vardy's been out, Zaha's out.
Aubameyang's been out. Well, he's been out of form.
Aubameyang's been out of form is a good way to put it. I think Calvert-Lewin was out for a little bit, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was out.
A couple games.
Yeah,
like,
games. It's weird.
Did you say Vardy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Say Guerrero.
No, Aguero's out. Good point. I mean, not that you've noticed, but yeah, Aguero's out.
I mean,
At the beginning of the year, you noticed he was out.
It's a weird year for strikers, and then that's when people like Patrick Bamford, who gets the second goal, step up.
All right, Patrick, don't disrespect Patrick Bamford because...
that's when people like him step up. I was no disrespect. I was just about to praise how he's only 3 behind Salah for...
Do you not hear the noise your legs making?
Yeah, you're rattling shit around down there. I heard it.
I might have hit something on that.
No, I mean,
I hope you weren't.
Like, that's...
Fuck
off. I mean, that's pretty much he's a great reason to watch Leeds because, I mean, he's a young forward for a team that, their first year in the league in I don't know how many years. And he's
a lot.
3 behind Salah.
A lot.
To lead the league in scoring.
Yeah.
Like, that's fucking impressive.
He's got like 5 assists, too.
Is he 4 behind or 3 behind?
He has 10. Salah's 13.
Salah's 16.
Yeah, what are you looking at, bro?
Goals.
I think it's 16 and 12. My man,
I know. As soon as I clicked off it, then it was 16. I swear to God. Now it's 16.
It's 16 and 12, I think.
Now it's back to 13.
Okay, that's
wrong. Bugging out. My app's bugging out.
16 and 12, right? Bamford has 12.
So if Brian ever gives bad advice, blame it on the app.
Okay, except for the Lampard thing, because that was just straight off the top of his dome.
Yeah, so that was actually off the app. Okay, so he's 4 behind instead of
3. It's still way better than anyone expected him to be doing.
But I mean, he's up there with the likes of Son, Kane, Salah, Vardy, Calvert-Lewin. Like, you're new to the league, and you're up there, like, leading, like, almost, top 5 in goal scoring. That's fucking impressive.
Yeah. It was a good goal, too. I mean, he just kind of had to tap it in, but, like, Click played a good ball into Rafinha.
Tap it in.
And
tap.
Oh, my God.
Oh, is that when Rafinha fucking danced around and megged the dude?
No, but that was an insane play, too. That was stupid.
That was sick. Yeah. What were you saying?
Sorry. Let me say it this time. Yeah. I was going to say Click played a good ball into Rafinha, and yeah.
That's the great.
Change it to face.
I change it to face.
All right, keep going.
No, I'm good. I'm done.
You gotta say it.
No, I'm good.
You have to say it for the listeners.
They don't give a shit.
Yes, they do.
Nope.
Dan, they all care.
Dan.
You're going to see a change of the face next week because I'm not going to be here.
Dan, I'll tell you right now, the only time they don't give a shit when listening to somebody is listen to me. They don't give a shit about
that was funny.
Something wrong.
Yeah.
All right, but Dan, what happened? They go, come on.
I forgot what I was going to say.
You don't.
No,
you never forget.
No, you said
We're gonna sit
you played
here
in there.
So Click played a good ball into Rafinha for the third time.
Nice.
And he hit like a rocket on net, and Guaita couldn't really do too much about it. Just bounced to BAMFORD, and it was a good finish. So again, he doesn't score like he has scored some nice goals, but most of his goals I feel like are like play a ball in, position based.
He kind of reminds me of Vardy in a way. Like they kind of play the same style. He's just in the right place.
Not the comparison I would have been.
That's what would
Not the comparison.
I would. I feel he's always in the right place at the right time. I feel like Vardy's the same way.
Yeah, but Vardy's more of a direct, speed.
He's more of like a pace counterattack. I mean, he knows where to be, but he also has another part of his game.
Tomato.
I mean, it's not. No, you can't compare two things that are different and go tomato.
Change of the face.
God, Brian's takes on this are just the hottest could be, man.
It's been a rough day, okay?
Holy shit.
It's been a rough day.
Fuck.
I don't know why, but it's been a rough day.
Change
But
of face.
that's match week 23, guys.
It is.
Yeah, we wrapped that up.
All right. Let's preview next week.
Okay.
Well, this
Good
weekend.
game starting off the week. God
Yeah,
damn.
Crystal Palace. Oh, no. That's okay. Never mind.
No, it's Leicester City,
It is
Liverpool.
Leicester. I said that before. I knew that.
Who wants to start, guys?
We'll let Dan talk about it. We didn't let him talk about the last one.
Great.
And
Yeah,
This is a really, really intriguing game. Really.
It is.
Because like Liverpool have not been playing great. Leicester, came off this form is incorrect, but they drew Wolves last. I think it's gonna be a good game, probably high scoring, maybe like I'm gonna say 3-2 going Leicester.
It'll be
like
interesting to see if Vardy starts.
Yeah.
If he's fit enough to start.
I think he should. I mean, if he played last week, I can't. Unless there was some type of weird setback in training, I don't see why he doesn't.
Yeah. Who's up?
You.
Me.
Yeah.
Crystal Palace and Burnley. I'm smacking my watch table. I'm gonna go with a thrilling 1-1 tie. Thrilling. It's gonna be thrilling.
Is there any reason behind that?
I don't know what to think of either team. I really don't. They both confuse me. I don't know why. I think it's gonna be thrilling 1-1 though. Back and forth. Quote me on it. At least 3 posts will be hitting this game. Quote me on it.
All right.
Bold take.
All right. So City Tottenham round 2. This is the second time we see them. They beat us last time because they sat deep as they did, and we could not create a damn thing. Granted, that was early in the season when we couldn't score against anyone, really, it seemed like. So, I don't know. I think we're a different team now. I think they're a different team now. I think we win. I don't think it's a high-scoring game. I think it's 1-0, 2-0. I think it's going to take the same thing. We have to try to break against the wall and not let the counters happen. But, again, hopefully now our backs are more set. So
You don't think Kane gets one?
no. Even though for fantasy, I really want him to because this is a pain when you have fantasy players going against the teams.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Kane gets one. I think they're not on the ball a lot of the time. The last time they scored on a couple counters, but I think our defense is more set now than they were back when we faced them in November. Mm-hmm. So I think a low-scoring City win is the result here.
Yeah.
Next game, Brighton, Aston Villa. I think this is a game that Villa probably should win.
Ollie Watkins.
Although Brighton's been playing a little bit better recently, I still think Villa win this like 1-0, 2-1.
Yeah, I think Villa's better. That's pretty much all I can say there. I think Villa's a better team.
Villa's better.
Yeah, you want to kick off Sunday?
Yeah, Southampton Wolves. I mean, 2 teams that are just kind of mid-pack, mid-form. I mean, if there was a coin flip game, I'm going to say it's probably this one. I honestly don't even know much to say. I think they tie 1-1. I think both teams just can't find it right now. So
I would say I can't see a winner in this one, but I think like possession is going to be like 50-50. I think
It's
teams,
gonna be a close
but I don't
game.
think it's going to be like a boring 50-50. I think there's going to be chances. I think it's just going to be an absolute just battle. All right, come on, guys, here we go. West Brom, Man U. I swear to God. I swear to God, right?
Well, they're
We
second
lose
to
this
last. At
goddamn
least they're
game.
not last place. Cause
Yeah.
otherwise,
probably lose.
it's your kryptonite.
Yeah,
Kryptonite.
Man U. So Man U were able to rest. Shut up.
Change it to face.
Change it to face. Man, it's the hand. Man U rest a few players in the FA Cup game. Unfortunately, with the extra time, so people have to come on. But I think they win this game. I don't think Pog was fit to play. I'm going to say, we can't keep a clean sheet for shit. 3-1 is what I'm going to go. I think United win.
All right.
Dan.
Arsenal leads.
I'm actually intrigued for this one.
This will be a fun game.
This will be a fun one.
What do you remember the result the first time they played?
Result.
I can find out for you.
I think
I got it.
I don't know. We might have lost. I don't know. I honestly don't remember. But either way, it's going to be probably back and forth, fast-paced game. Arsenal won 1-0.
I changed it to fans.
Nope, it was 0-0. Well, that was for FA Cup. Sorry. Yeah, FA
Oh,
Cup.
wrong
You guys
thing.
won
Okay, yeah. Oh, Arsenal got a red card. That's right. Yeah.
Shocking.
Yep. But I think it'll be a back and forth kind of game. I think Arsenal should bounce back here. They're at home. I'm gonna say like a 2-1 win.
Okay. All right. My up here. Everton, Fulham. Everton home. Shock of the week. Fulham wins 2-1.
All right.
I quote me here. Quote it. I said it first. And if it didn't happen, don't quote it.
He quoted it.
Quote it. Did face.
All right. West Ham and Sheffield. I think West Ham are just a better team. I really need them to get in fifth because I want to see this dude on TikTok shave his head.
Yeah, shout out to the guy who's going to shave his
I'm
head.
going to go, I don't know. I think West Ham win 2-3-0. I don't think Sheffield get a goal.
You know what my favorite part about that guy was he was like, yeah, yous think that West Ham's really going to finish fifth. I go, okay, hold on, buddy. First of all, there's 3 of us. One person put him at fifth.
That was me.
Like, it wasn't like all 3 of us were like, yeah, top 5.
Yeah.
Like, one guy, and he's like, use people. And I'm like, all right, relax, use people.
Choke the use people.
One guy and the dumbest one here said it. So,
Right, go back to the Lampard comment, please.
Yeah, easy, fella.
Okay, so last game of the week. Brian?
I just did Sheffield, West Ham.
Oh, Dan.
Somebody else want it?
Oh, yeah, no, Dan's up, sorry.
Dan's up.
Chelsea versus Newcastle.
Actually, it's not even the last game.
I feel
Yes, it is.
Because I think we have to do these. They're makeups.
like Chelsea should win this game, but I think Newcastle might get a point out of it. I'm gonna go like 1-1.
Okay, I like it. Okay, I guess I'll go to Everton City because this is probably next Wednesday. So, assuming we do episode next Wednesday, this will be right after that. So we'll quite cover these. All right, so Everton, Man City. What?
Yeah, well, you're right.
Yeah. So I think City wins, even though Everton's home after their horrible loss against Fulham. I think City bounces. Everton doesn't bounce back. City wins the game. 2-0. I think that kind of seems the City scoreline right now. Although they had a big game against Liverpool, like a good defensive, solid performance, and then they create enough chances to score 1 or 2. It's kind of the City formula this year. So.
All right, let's see. Burnley, Fulham. I think after Burnley shock win against Everton, that's going to happen.
Fulham.
What did I say?
Burnley.
Fulham shock win against Everton.
Right.
Fulham will then have a shock loss against Burnley.
I'm really just going to have... only game I'm watching this weekend or focusing on is Fulham Everton now, just so you know.
Yeah, and then...
I'm just kidding. We watch all the games.
Fulham's going to beat Everton, and then they're going to lose to Burnley. Yeah.
Baltic.
2-1. Wait for it. All
right, now for the moment you've all been waiting for, our special topic of the week.
Just if you would both like to check your cellular devices, I sent you the list.
My cellular device records our videos.
I'll share with you.
So if you could put that in the middle,
I'll share with you. Dan's got his over there.
Greatly appreciate it.
I'll share with you.
Okay, so we have to explain this carefully, so we're going to get a lot of crap, because you guys are like, why'd you put this like, all right, I ain't dealing with that shit, okay? So listen now. I'm going to say this once. So what this list is, based off of this season, if we could only pick one player from each team, we have to make a lineup based on that. But we can only take one player from each team. So if we have Shaw at left back, we can't have Bruno in center mid, or vice versa, okay? One player from each team before again. And you guys give us shit for who's not there.
Guys, this is hard.
Holy crap. Going into this, I don't think any of us expected it to be this difficult. We were literally having to make life-changing decisions.
Before we got here, I said, guys, we'll do this real quick, take 5 minutes, write it out, we get to go. This took us a good 25 minutes.
Yeah, and we were researching, we're like, all right, who?
And we didn't fuck around. We weren't taking weright backs. We're like, we'll throw him at left back. We didn't do that shit.
No,
we wish we could.
We almost did twice.
There's so many good left backs compared to right backs in the league.
The amount of time that I went back and tried to find a certain player who's played a right back all season to play one game at left back, so we can count him as a left back, and it just didn't work.
Yeah, we were going in depth.
This is some shit here, fellas. All right.
Okay.
Who would like to start us off?
I don't care. We can go down the line here. You want me to go?
You can go.
Sure.
All right.
Down the line. We start in the middle.
I start. down the line. The guy in the middle goes. Okay. At goalkeeper, Nick Pope from Burnley.
Left back would be Digne from Everton.
Right back, Cancelo for Garrett's Man City.
Thank you. At center back, Fofana from Leicester.
The other center back is Vestergaard from Southampton.
Our first center mid is Bruno Fernandes from United.
Our other center mid is Grealish from Villa.
Yeah, it could be, he could play wing,
He
play
plays
center mid.
right. He plays wing or mid. So for
That's
this,
one,
listen,
we
he fucking
kept him.
fuck off, guys. He fucking plays mid. Okay.
Yeah. The next one's kind of a surprise center mid. Souček.
West Ham.
West Ham.
Say Souček West Ham one more time.
Souček, West Ham.
Say center mid. Souček West Ham.
Center mid. Center mid. Center mid. Change it to face. Center mid. Souček, West Ham.
If you guys couldn't tell, we just stripped the TikTok straight from here. There's no second chances.
Yeah, no, there's no extra cuts.
All right. Left wing is Son from Tottenham.
At striker, Bamford from Leeds.
At right wing, Salah from Liverpool.
So give us the shit now because we're ready for it.
Yeah, like I said, we picked one player.
It's
for
hard,
a team.
man.
And yeah, because you can't. I mean, realistically, what you'd have most of City on here. Like we would have loved to do.
We would have loved
Cancelo, Diaz, and Gundogan on here.
Of course.
Shaw's a left back with Bruno.
And Tierney left back.
Yeah, Tierney left back. Saka also.
I like how he goes. We would have loved to have Tierney at left back when there's not one Arsenal player on the fucking list.
No,
we're saying Digne was the best left back, and there were other people that could have been there.
Right, there's 100% other options. It was hard because at one point we almost took out Bruno, even though he was our vote for Player of the Year, because you just needed to fill other positions at times, and we were like, well, yes, he's really good, but like we also could find someone just as decent at least.
Yeah.
But we're really thin at this position, so we needed to really do a lot of thinking to move around some pieces.
Like, if we wanted to get Gundogan in there, we could have easily taken out, Cancelo?
No, we couldn't, because we couldn't find a right back to save our lives.
No, I'm saying you could have taken out, you could take out Bruno. You could have thrown Shaw in at right back, Gundogan at center. Like, we could have juggled it around. But again, there's players you just had to put in here.
Well, right. Like, I mean, let's be honest. Like, our first thought wasn't, okay, let's put Bamford at striker. Like, it happened to work out that way because of the other positions that we had to fill.
And, and honestly, like, you look at this team, it's a pretty fucking good team.
Yeah.
Like, you put this team up against any team, I wouldn't be fucking upset with it. I'd be nuts.
Obviously, we're insane.
Did we put Spurs player in there?
Son's out there, yeah.
Son.
Yeah, but we want to hear from you guys too. So like in our TikTok, we want to hear what your lineups would be or what we missed. And I mean, again, like we still need to like it's difficult to find the right mix. So if you say like, oh, why did you put this guy here? It's because we're trying to fit other people into different positions. Not easy.
Dan, give a shout. Say, drop your lineup down below to the camera.
Drop your lineup down below.
There you go, baby.
Nice.
That'll be in the TikTok.
But and he said, want to hear suggestions, what you think. Not fucking roast us. You're gonna anyway.
Oh, it doesn't matter. There's gonna be one guy who's got like a freaking weird like little picture for his thing.
You didn't take the backup West Brom left back. You're fucking idiots.
Yeah.
Sorry, man.
It's just unmatched, the crap that we get. But guess what? It's our opinion, so fuck off.
And we're always right. So.
Right.
Except Brian.
Except always so fucking wrong, guys.
We're the three idiots with the microphone, so we get to say whatever we want.
Who's dumber? Us for the microphones and them for actually listening to us?
Both.
I changed it to face.
Okay. So
right about an hour. Pretty good.
Pretty good. One thing we could shout out is a really cool FA Cup game today between Tottenham and Everton because it was 5-4. What a wild game that was.
And Spurs lost. So.
You know why? They're gonna be so tired after that 5-4 game. They're gonna lose to Fulham on the weekend.
Yep.
Okay, let's sign off.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. You can listen on all the podcast platforms. You can watch at Premier League and Pints on. I think that's correct. On YouTube.
Let me preface that real quick. So we had some issues uploading the last couple. So this one will be uploaded to YouTube. We've had storms and winter crap and issues,
and this one will be uploaded not
winter crap
hours before kickoff for the weekend.
Right.
So Premier League and Pints on YouTube, Premier League and Pints on any podcast platform, at League Pints on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram. Like the video if you're watching it, download the podcast, like the TikTok, follow TikTok. We have too many followers on there now.
I don't know about
too many?
Good amount. They crushed my expectations. So thank you guys for that.
Crushed my expectations at 100.
Yeah.
So
speaking of 100, I think we're at 4 now. Podcasts hit 100
downloads. That's right.
So thank you guys for that.
Continue to support your boys.
Yeah, I don't know. Besides, thank you. Thanks for listening.
Depending on where you're listening from. Good morning, good afternoon, or good night. If we're listening to you before bed.
And I changed the face.
Peace.